Okay, we'll start with the Mustard C49S size 10. This is a foam wood ant. We'll take our black tying thread. We want to start a little bit, about 2/3 of the way down the hook shank. Don't want to go all the way right now, just go to there. And oops, I'll get rid of that. So what I'm using now is RHEOS float foam. This is a cylindrical foam that, in order to tie the ant, we cut it down the middle like that, and we end up with a half piece. So we put this way up with the cut towards the top, and then we'll just secure this along the abdomen of the ant. Just make sure that we've got what we need. I can take that actually a little bit further down. The abdomen of these wood ants is quite large. There we go, that's good. Now what we need is a ostrich hole black. I'm going to tie this in at the rear of the abdomen. Now we tie it in with the point of the ostrich hole here, because we want, if you look at a wood ant body, it gets larger as it approaches the thorax. So we want the longer fibres towards the front of the thorax. So we just move that tying thread forward, and I'll wrap the ostrich hole. Well, quite a nice dense ostrich hole underbody here. In position. You can see that the fibres are getting longer as I go forward. This is a great pattern if you want your ants to float all day long. Now you see you've got that lovely ant shaped body there. Now we just reverse our tying thread back into the ostrich hole, and we'll just tie that off, secure it. We can remove our hackle plier. Get rid of that. Go back a wee ways. There we go. Then we can pull the abdomen foam over. Now what we want to do is spin our tying thread anti-clockwise to flatten it out so it doesn't cut the foam. There you go. Go around a couple of times. Yep. Now what I like to do is lift this up and go forward to about there. I'll stretch the foam and then we'll go back. It's much easier to tie in correctly like this. Let's just have a look at that. Yeah, that's looking good. And we stretch the foam, remove it for that part. it's important that you remove it. I have tried many different ways of tying it, keeping that foam on for the next stage, but it doesn't really work. Good, that's the rear body part. Then we need another piece of foam, again with the cut side up. This is for the head. Very good. Then we go back to there. If you look at ant wings, they're kind of a chocolatey brown, so I use a chocolate dun hackle for this. And then we'll tie these in, one each side. Let's give that a few more times, hold it in position. And we turn it around, measure the wing. Just position that, it's a bit too long. Just pull that through. There we are. Excellent. Then we can trim off the surplus hackle. Then what we need is a little bunch of stacked deer hair. Now you only need like, 10 hairs or so, 10-12 hairs of this. So this is for the legs. So what we do here is we just want the correct length. We only want about 1 centimetre or so. It's not long enough. And get that again. You only want to give the impression of legs here. That's all this is. Go forward a little bit. And we can trim off all the ends of the deer hair. Just tie down, secure them so they're not going to go anywhere. Separate the legs out about half each side of the head. Don't worry about damaging these legs. So go around a couple of times, then we stretch and tighten. Go under the foam. Give it a wet finish. Give it another one if you wish to tighten things up. Move that, and we stretch the foam, cut it off close. We take the legs, pull them forward. Another one there. I'll show you a technique with this. Put your fingers here, grab everything and then push them back, just like that. That's all we want, and that's it. That's the finished foam ant. It'll float all day long and take lots of fish for you. I also find that if you tie it a little larger than the actual naturals, it has a much better chance of being picked out when it's on the surface, when there's a lot of them, of course. But that's it. Flying wood ant. Thanks for watching.